From the moment I saw your smiling face, I knew in my heart you were my saving grace. You're the sunshine on my darkest days. With you, I'm lost in an endless maze. Every touch, every kiss sets me free. In your arms is where I long to be. Together we'll face whatever comes our way. Forever and always we'll seize the day.
Good afternoon. Hello, Allie. How are you?
Hi. I'm hanging in.
Yeah, the first one in the house, Scott.
Hi, Scott.
So, Allie, this is crazy. We have had nothing but storms. The first 2 years we were down here, hotter than hell without any rain. Now, I don't know what switch that they're playing. Yeah, it's just rain, 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 thunderstorms. So we might get some of that again, as I experienced last week. But how is everything going?
Crazy. Energy.
Crazy.
Crazy. My AC is fixed. Thank gosh. Because we're getting back up it, like you were saying, like your weather's going crazy. It like dropped down to beautiful 60s and 70s here, and now it's gonna go back up. And I'm like, oh great. AC. So it's fixed.
We had a slight problem with the AC after our show. So yeah, Buck mentioned it. You kind of said it, and then all of a sudden it's happening here. I'm like, shut up, you guys.
I think a lot of the energy that just hit us is affecting us. We went through 2 major timeline shifts and mergings, and we're now just integrating all that energy, and it's a whirlwind of insanity. Things are just still from the last time we spoke topsy-turvy, crazy. Like I'm really good at keeping documents, and I just got an email from work. I start on the 13th. Oh, you have training for this. I'm like, oh, but I took it. Now go find the card. I can't find it. My CPR license stuff. I printed it out. Where did it go? I don't know. Somewhere. I keep all this stuff in a good spot in a folder. Gone. So I have to figure it out. But I think a lot of things are upheaving.
It's almost like we were always talking about change. Now we're being tested on how are we going to handle it. So before we jumped on here, got some news from my niece. Good news, and then there's always the good with the bad, and then there's just so much. And I am so sensitive. I could actually. I used to cry through sensitive movies. Now I just get. I don't know what it is. I'm through the old age stuff, but now it's just like if I'm seeing something that's so heartfelt, I'm crying. I'm like, come on, Janine, pull your shit together. So here we are. I want to talk a little bit about local stuff that's actually happening here. I'm flipping through YouTube, of course, because I am too cheap to pay for real live TV. So I get these videos all day long. And one of the things I don't like about them, a lot of them is just bullshit. People make up stuff. And a lot of people believe it. And you can't believe everything on YouTube. So I run across this story. It's called the Bamahenge of Alberta. Now, Alberta is a town, I want to say it's a little bit south of me, about 8 miles south. And I also found out, too, they do singing bowls. They have a resort there, and it's $30. I got to sign up for it. I saw that. I'm starting to see, and what makes me so happy about finally being here is I'm kind of getting what like minds now. And I want to share this thing where I'm going to lead into my next story is people, opening up kind of like bookstores that you can have a glass of wine, and also there's like tarot cards there with them. They have authors there, and it's all within 5 miles of me. So I'm loving this. I'm loving life. I feel like I'm alive again. And so there you go. Let me just take Scott off of here for a minute. All right, so this is, you can find this story out on YouTube. It's fabricated a little bit. It's called Alabama Unresolved Ancient Mysteries and Science Can't Explain. He tells of, I think, 4 stories throughout this video. Some of it, I don't know where he got it. I think some of it is AI, but this happens to be in Alberta. They're fiberglass to look like stones. That is a replica of the original Stonehenge. And there's stories. I can't play this because it's YouTube. I'll be censored on that. But let me see if I can blow this up a little bit more. Get rid of the sidebar shit. Whoa, there we go. All right, so me and Paul, my husband, are going to go and see this. The stories that have come out of it, those are our trees. You see there, that's all around us. Those type of, I guess they're like pine trees. People said that there's, if you get there at a certain time, the way that the light comes in, you can catch the shadows, or however it was supposed to be set up for whatever stone. I don't know a lot about Stonehenge, so maybe Allie does. And so people say that you can hear voices, your phone won't work. It's just wild things that are happening. If it's true, I have no idea. But this was so cool to see this. And when they said Alberta, I said, I know exactly where that's at. We go over there every now and then. It's nothing but I don't know, just open land in a lot of places down here. But they're building like crazy because everybody's leaving the blue states and coming down this way. Who built this? You're saying, who did this? Well, it was a billionaire that from Alabama, and I can't remember what they said his name was. I didn't recognize it, but he found an artist from Virginia that made these replications of these stones, and they set them up exactly. They're made out of fiberglass. The guy probably didn't know what to do with his money, and he had this built. I think it's sitting on about 7 acres of land out there, I think. So we're going to go from there. I will definitely do it live. And I think this would be really cool. What do you think, Alley Cat?
I mean, from England to here, right? It's a portal. Those are portals. Those are energy frequency portals. And when you go into those spaces, you're amplified. Now, you could take it as, people look at Stonehenge as being an evil spot and nefarious things, but I tend to try to not do that. That's the first thing a human brain does, is go back to the negative. Well, what positive things can this give you? And if this is a replica, and if people are having experiences there, that billionaire kind of probably knew that that space in land where he put that down had a portal.
So let's see if I can do this and still show us. Nope. I wanted to keep that picture up there. So what I was actually thinking is if I could see this in a way where how it might be aligned from the perspective of like a GPS, I guess. Because there's a guy out there that does, I think Buckshot watches him all the time. I can't remember his name. He does he talks about all the ley lines and stuff like that. Really a cool guy. Yeah. I always forget names. But anyways, he will always tell you like earthquakes, where they started. Like New York just had an earthquake, right? Yeah. New Jersey did. And he's tracking them going back. And I said, I wonder if somebody had done this replica somehow aligned with, where is this at? I forgot. Is it in New England? Where's the original?
It's in England.
Okay. Yeah, because my husband went there, and his words were, I was never so disappointed because it was so small. So they make it always look like it's something so big, right? And ginormous. So we'll see when we go there. My husband is about 6'4". I'm going to have him stand up against one of these and see exactly how tall they are to be able to tell. But that was, my husband's German. He's very stoic. You don't see a lot of passion. Like I'm opposite. I'm Italian. It's all passion and excitable. So we make a very odd couple. But I want, he'll get really excited about certain things. But I'd like to go there and see this, and I'll watch his energy and see if this is, I thought the same thing that you said, Allie, that it's a replica. And if people are saying things about this, it's probably true. It's what they experience. They say there's things beyond these trees too, which I don't know. These trees are all over Alabama. This is like, and all over Arkansas. This is not like a big deal with the trees.
Right. I'm curious, the artist that made it, what did he put inside the fiberglass? Like, is there copper? Is there metals? I mean, obviously, it has to be anchored into the ground for it to stand. Fiberglass is a lighter material than stone. So there has to be something anchoring it inside the ground for it to stand and hold up through hurricane force winds. So I'm curious what he put inside for that to be a tuning fork per se. I mean, that's something to look into. And also, land has its energy. The natives, the Native Americans, the ancients are definitely probably whispering, and the trees. But there's actual tonal lines amongst ley lines. So axial tonal lines run horizontally. So they have to be on some sort of line.
All right. I think I'm going to play this without the sound. It should be okay. If you guys want to read, and he actually says it goes quick here. Who the guy was? I guess he's a race car driver. George Barber. He's a millionaire from Alabama with a passion for unusual projects. You might have heard of him if you're into racing. He's a guy behind Barber's Motorsports near Birmingham. Beyond racing, George's soft spot for big, bizarre outdoor art. And let's see, he came to a small town, and it's Alberta with an E, not, I think this CC is picking up and misspelling some of the words here, but it's Elberta. And like I said, it's only 8 miles from me. Let's see what else they say here. It said it belonged to Mark Klein, the artist and sculptor known for making over-the-top fiberglass creations, everything from dinosaurs, wizards, haunted houses, roadside monsters. He installed a few giant dinosaurs in Alberta property for Barber. Oh, wow. You can see Stonehenge, or they call it Bamahenge, and the guy is out of Virginia. Let's see here. He started building each stone of fiberglass. Once finished, the pieces were shipped to Alabama and installed one by one, carefully aligning them to match the position of the summer sun. And just like that, that's going too fast for me to read. It's just a big novelty. So there's a different perspective of it. Yeah, you're right. You could put anything inside those things, we don't know. They're not going to tell.
No, but there you go. Anchored it in with not just rebar, but like copper or other metals. I mean, if people are having experiences in it and it's just fiberglass, that means it's on a portal.
Yeah. I found that really cool. And then, of course, they go on to talk about NASA, weird things there, and then also something about all the tunnels up in, I'm not sure if it was Birmingham or Montgomery, but we all know about tunnels. Tunnels, let's kind of talk about that a little bit, Allie. Can I come back to you? So I will give you guys an update with some video, possibly some video, because my husband is going to have to be the one to shoot it. He won't be in it. I could guarantee that. And so let's just kind of talk a little bit about the tunnels. We don't have to go into a lot of stuff because of the platform that we're on, but whoops, where's Allie? Allie!
I disappeared.
There you are. Okay. There are tunnels in every state, in just about every city. If you were to sit down and just put tunnels in the name of your town, you're going to find them. Why do you think, was there something that was supposed to happen at one point where everybody started digging tunnels. A lot of people want to speculate it's all on some sort of a trafficking perspective. I think it was multi-use. I mean, Chicago, for God's sakes, you had the mob. They were doing stuff underground. I could tell you, I've been in some of the tunnels. Lower Wecker Drive is a tunnel. People don't realize. I'm going to stop sharing this. Maybe I get up to date. What do you think?
We have antediluvian tunnels from our ancients ourselves built tunnels to escape the deluge. There are tunnels for gas lines and plumbing and lower levels of that. So, I mean, there are tunnels all over the place. I know when I lived in Staten Island, there was some like shady stuff under the dump. Like, okay, there's methane gas, obviously, but golf courses, they're flooding things. Like Staten Island is an island. What goes on? So I think there's a lot of different types of tunnels, and it's not just for our nefariousness. I think there's ancient tunnels that the ancients dug to get themselves out of trouble. And it's just a matter of in military stuff, mineral mines. There's mines everywhere, tunnels everywhere. And I think they all serve a different purpose.
Yeah. I just want to give a shout out to Rumble out there. Anybody out there? I'm wondering if they're going to wait to see if we do any readings. I don't know if we're going to do any readings. We've been doing a lot of them. Yeah, I totally agree with you on a lot about the tunnels and stuff like that, multi-purposed. And people, I don't want you to get stuck in your mind that they only used them for one nefarious thing, but that probably was the mindset. And we could say today there's a lot of nefarious things just about everything, and I get exhausted just thinking about it, so I won't go there. So I'll stay in the place where I'm more at peace, and that's my heart. And my heart is with your hearts out there, and I'm going to be very sad when Alley Cat's got to go back to work. I really am, because I enjoy these conversations with her. So maybe, Ellie, if you have time in the evenings after you're done working, we could do these. So you guys get ready. It'll be another time change for Janine. This is what I do. Most people are very consistent. I am not. So let's see.
Change is always happening in the universe.
Yeah, there's so much change that is going on. Let's see what else we have. Okay, so I did that one story. Like I said, if anybody wants to, that story about the Alabama thing, they were showing pictures. There are certain parts of Alabama that have a little bit of mountain hills and stuff like that, but not to the extent that this guy was producing them out there. There's another story that I want to talk about. And this guy, let's see if I could find him, came on, and of course I close everything down. So what it is this guy was on YouTube for 2 weeks, 80,000 views. And I'm watching him, and Pisces tend to read people. They read faces, they read the energies. And I'm trying to read this guy read the in between the lines of what he's actually saying. Mm-hmm. And so he is actually talking about the murder in Arkansas, because that's what he does, is he chases these negative, sickening stories. And then he cuts away after giving the information that everybody's heard about for the last 2 weeks. And actually, it's in the same town where my niece lives. And I call her up and I'm like, oh, God. But anyways, he cuts away to somebody. And this is where I'm kind of going with it. It's not the story. It's really not about him. It's who he is interviewing. And my radar is just kind of going off saying, warning, warning. So there's this woman who is, I don't know, she's like a journalist. But before that, she worked with the FBI and the CIA. And as soon as I heard that, I thought, how many people out there claim to be part of the FBI and CIA, and how many of them have infiltrated every type of industry, every type of, schools, teachers, whatever, because it's all the teachers that are basically losing their shit and going out and going after the children. How many of them are these FBI, CIAs, I don't know what to call them, have gotten into the minds of weak-minded people and turned these teachers into what they are today, because there's too many damn stories out there. So this woman comes out and my gut said, just turn it off. I didn't even want to hear what she was going to say, because they have ways of hypnotizing you through the TV. Am I being paranoid? Hell no.
Nope.
They do it through words. So when they get in there and they get a hold of these teachers that have I don't know, whatever background they have had, they know how to basically turn them into these sickening stories that were, and it's where I'm going with this, it's the minions that are doing this now, and they're popping up in every state in places where you don't expect them. Wyoming, Montana, Arkansas did not have a lot of these murders going on. So they're not like you hear about the typical New York, the big blue cities and stuff like that. And I know that you're a teacher, and well, you must come across a lot of people that are just willing to give themselves, and they wouldn't even know that they're being manipulated. I mean, this guy, in 2 weeks, 80,000 subscribers, right out the way, that's another flag for me. No way in hell. They're talking about typical news stories. They are infiltrating us in social media. They're putting the stuff out. I think it's it's being blasted out. All the bullshit is being blasted out right now. And channels like mine, I maybe get 70 people that watch me. Alley Cat, what do you think about the minds of teachers out there from your era, not mine, from your age?
Their heart, I mean, the people that I work with.
Oh, be very careful, because you still work.
The people I work with now are genuine. I mean, everybody I've ever worked with, their hearts are absolutely in the right place. And I think a lot of them understand that there is some sort of agenda. They just don't know where to put it. They don't know how to navigate it. But again, a teacher has to follow what the administration, the school boards are telling them to do. So if it's not like a teacher comes in and says, oh, well, I have this fantastic curriculum and I have this way and method of teaching. That's not what goes on. Their administration's like, here's a curriculum and this is what you're teaching the kids. So a lot of teachers don't have a choice. They can choose how to manipulate the information, but the kids are never going to pass their tests to move on if they do that. History is history in the textbooks, not what we dictate it to be. So it's all the teachers I work with are fantastic. Their hearts are in the right place. A lot of them disagree with how the kids are learning too, but what are you going to do? You need to make money, and mostly, and not, besides like the blue states that those teachers are making almost six figures after 15 years, 20 years. The teachers here don't make that much. They're living on scraps. A lot of them have second and third jobs. So they're just doing what they can to just make ends meet, and everything is a stupid, take this, everything is back to the money. It needs to go.
Yeah, so what I'm actually talking about, his name is called Brian, ENIN. And he's, like I said, he's now got 81,000 subscribers within 2 weeks. And he's talking about the murder of Andrew McCain, an Arkansas killer teacher, and that took the life of parents in front of the children, supposedly. But again, where I'm kind of also seeing is that anybody that out there that claims that they're with the FBI and CIA, they're trying to say they got credibility. I go the opposite. Once you tell me that you're involved with the FBI and the CIA, I look down on you, because it's not what we think it is. And I think people are starting to find this out now. What do you think?
It's slowly coming out. That is right, Arnie. It is his story. his story.
Yes, we might, if I decide to go on at noonish time, if Arnie's available, we might have Arnie on also too, if he's ever available. Hello, Arnie, how are you? I do follow you on Facebook, and anybody watching this, I don't know, I'm only showing 8 people here now. But anybody that is on Facebook, if you go to Live with Janine, I just need 30 people to like me, and I can go live there with my shows. And hopefully they like it. Lorius is saying, Arnie, hello, beautiful cards that you have. Yeah, they are beautiful cards. So there you go, Arnie. I see Mayday is out there. Hello, Mayday. So that's the only stories that I have. I'm kind of, I only picked a couple of stories to talk to you guys about. If anybody wants readings, we could do that. I do want to show you one video of any horse lovers out there, and then we'll get into whatever Alley Cat wants to do. It's her day. All right, so let me just kind of share this with you guys here. And so I found this video, and I have to really look at it, and I believe it is real. Let me see if I get the right one. Yeah. So this is about as big as I can blow this thing up here. Take this off of here. So this is a little girl riding a horse, and talk about being as one unit. Watch this. So, Allie, do you think that this is real?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I did too. I thought it was real, but when you see it close up, the trust between the horse and this little girl, this is a bond that was just, they became one, and this horse is no way in hell going to let this little girl fall. And a lot of people I could see out there already. How could you do this, little kid? Everybody gets, wanting to wrap these kids up in bubble wrap. I kind of wish, and I know Mayday I always talk to Mayday if she's still out there. Mayday had a love of horses at the age that I'm running around being boy crazy, right? Her parents get her a horse at a young age, and she loved horses. Kind of wish I was exposed to that. Doesn't mean I still can't be, but at a very young age, the horses, the energy of the horses, they're so intelligent, and they do talk to us like our fur babies in our house do. What do you think?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, there's entanglement. You're entangled to all things. And when you have a bond with an animal, you're entangled to that animal. And if children are activated, they're more activated than we are. They already came in enhanced. So there's going to be a connection with those animals for sure. And I bet you she's also using telepathy with the horse.
I want to give a shout out on Rumble to Kearns11. If any of you remember, Kearns used to follow me all the time, and I have not seen that name, and I had to think a little bit harder going back. I think he always had it was a particular tarot card as his picture on there, but I think that's the same Kearns11. Hello, Kearns. Good to see you out there. Mayday says, yeah, the horses kept her out of trouble while I was getting into trouble. Yeah, I bet they did. And, and of course, Mayday ends up with a few horses. She's out in the country. She's had a lot of different animals in her lifetime. And, she was telling me a story, and Mayday, I hope you don't mind me saying this, but she didn't travel much because she cared more about her animals and then leaving them. And I'm telling you, that's true love. It really is. All right, that's all I got. Back to you, Allie.
Hi. Now, animals are very connected to us. We are all entangled to certain amounts of things energetically, and whether that's CGI, AI, it don't matter. It's something that helps you connect that energy with your pet, or even if you don't have pets, you can go to the zoo and have a connection with an animal. You can go outside in nature and have a connection, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a connection this morning, literally with frogs. We just have so much rain out there. We have our pool enclosed, but they still get in. And I don't mind as long as they're not the toads. Yeah, as long as they're not the toads, because the toads will spray my dogs some sort of thing where they foam at the mouth and the eyes, burn. But these are just, all different size. I see green ones or tree frogs, I guess. Green ones, brown ones. So I let the dogs out early this morning, and you just see these things popping all over the place. I'm like, holy cow. And then we have like a French drain. So I think a lot of them just kind of pop down into there and go out and on their way. But yeah, I got the Mystic Frog behind me. So I don't know if anybody wants to do a reading. If every day is a different day. Our energy changes. My energy changed so much within 2 hours before coming on here with you guys. Mary Divine Starseed, I'd like to have you on here, and I know that we have talked in the past. If you'd like to come on here, I think that would be so cool. She's so spiritual. She does the galactic thing, like about, Allie. I don't go there, and I don't know why. Let's see. Kern says, I have been in hermit mode, adjusting high vibrations and working is draining me. Oh, Kearns, it is so good to see you. Sending you much love. So anybody, all you got to do is say pick me, or pick or put, if you Ellie, can we do this if they put somebody else's name in there? We always have to have permission.
Yes.
So we could do it that way too. If you know somebody else is struggling, or you want to know an outcome of something, political, geopolitical. I don't know what's going on out there. I have not paid any attention. I got off of X pretty much a lot. I used to spend way too many hours on it when it was good. Now it just reminds me of some trash magazine. People are just, I don't know. I don't get who I used to follow. I just get these people that just talk nasty shit out there. It's like Telegram. It almost is like, remember on Telegram back in the day, you get all these people, they would just, you were I don't remember. Usually, I think that's when people started to go to Telegram and then lock out everybody if you weren't invited in by somebody who was already in there. So that's the way it goes. All right, so what do we got? Anything out there? Sherry Vanderhoven, would you like a reading? She says, hi from Rumble, love your show. Sherry, just put yes or no. I love the name Vanderhoven, Hoven. Let's see. Oh, everybody's saying hi to Kearns.
I will mention, though, I have a whole series on my channel about the hermit's journey.
Kearns wants a card.
You want a card?
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Finish your thought.
I think it's important for everybody to go into a hermit zone. Don't isolate yourself, though. But a lot of introspection is very much needed now, because you're getting rid of your old self, your old paradigm, your old story. Whatever you are attached to is really purging out of you. I did that metaphorical death on Wednesday. Like, I'm sitting in the fetal position, can't get out of bed, hysterically crying into Thursday, just relinquishing all the negative, everything within me came out. And a lot of us need that. And we need that space to do it. And we need to have grace for ourselves when we are going through that. We are having a lot of changes happening within. And we're not quite birthed out into the new self just yet. This 3D hasn't collapsed fully.
So let me just kind of say this. A lot of people that have been through various traumas, various addictions, I don't know what word would cover it all, but everybody has been through some shit, and none of us are going to walk away from this unscathed. Okay. So our shit is coming up, and it's up to us to be kind to ourselves, be kind to the situation, be kind to the energies. Watch it. It's almost, I want to say, step outside of yourself and watch. That's the only way that I can express this, because I used to do that so much when I was younger. I remember once when I first started programming, I had to travel a lot. My energy was it was wackadoodle. It really was. And sometimes I'd be very calm, and other times I was very excitable. And if I got with a lot of people that like to not share information, because what I did was programming, you had to share the information to do it. And believe you me, there are those idiots that are out there. I'd get very excitable. I mean, I'd get to the point, my Italian came out of me. I'm much more calmer than I used to be back in the day. You know, I mean, I remember one time walking up to this guy and just like, you know, reading the riot act. And then when I walked away, I just like, oh shit, that guy could probably shoot me in the parking lot. What did I just do? You know, but it's kind of like you're calling them out on their bullshit. We don't have to do that anymore. We don't, you know, and I've learned that the hard way. We don't have to call anybody out on their bullshit. We just have to call out our own stuff, and almost take it in, if you will, when you're in a downtime, and look at it, what's actually going on. And if you ever have to put yourself in front of this person in a visualization, do it, and say whatever it is that you have to say, because you're healing at that level also. All right, so Kearns would take a card. Do you have a card for Kearns?
Sure.
Thanks for hanging in there, Kearns, out on Rumble.
We didn't forget you. I have so many decks out. I'm like, which one?
Arnie has a statement, and I'll put it up there if folks at home want to read it.
That's right, Arnie. You got that right. Oh, another one.
Whole new way of processing information. We are being reprogrammed, if you want to look at it from the analytical perspective.
We're going from AOL dial-up to quantum.
You have mail.
You're going through the stages of your program. Think of yourself as a code, and right now we're in the debugging stage of the quantum system in ourselves. So the AOL got to go. The dial-up has to go. The fiber optics have to go. Windows 97 bye. We're upgrading. So Kearns, I have flames of desire. Let them shine out in radiant light and shun dark paths.
And how would you interpret that for his energy?
Basically, what I'm getting is you have to find the desire in the flame in your heart space to bring out your light and to balance your darkness and your shadow. And success and happiness are coming. Enjoy and celebrate life. You have to live in the moment. You have to live in the moment. And all of us are being called to really anchor our lights in right now. Whatever we're going through, the purging, the death states, the phoenix rising, we're in the ashes right now. Bring out your light.
Okay. Are we done? Are you done with Kearns, or do you have another card?
No, I'm done.
Let me see what I have. Kearns. Whoops. I need to get a new producer, because the one in the back there is really screwing up today. All right. So pardon?
Mercury retrograde. It's still
all
going.
Right. Sherry Von Hoven said pick me. And I am going to pull one for Kearns and just see. I pull a couple for Kearns. Sure do miss you, Kearns. I really do. Yeah, it sure does look like a lot of things are up in the air for everybody else. Kearns, you have been running in the ego. So if you want to lighten up and feel a little bit better about yourself, just from time to time, just remember to push the ego aside. And, you know, everything will become a little bit more easier. It's almost as like you're fighting yourself. You know, this is another one of those cards where I keep saying we keep getting it in our own way. and there's something that you're not wanting to address, and I'll ask Spirit, what is it that you need to look at? Is it's very much obvious, like just like what Allie said, we are all going into a different space, and sometimes some of us will fight it, and this is one of those situations. Why would he be fighting it, Allie Cat? This is Kearns.
A lot of things are in our subconscious right now that we're not aware of consciously that is coming up to be dealt with. And when you don't know what's subconsciously inside you coming up to surface, it gets very confusing, very frustrating. And you could land in the ego, and your ego is trying to pull you back into the safe zone. We're no longer going into safe. We're going into a new paradigm. We don't know what to expect. And it's very confusing to sit there and go, okay, wait, why do I feel this way? If you detach emotional states to things and look at the eagle eye down and go, okay, wait, why do I feel this way? Why am I thinking this way? Let's take the back seat and take a viewpoint. Oh, you might get your epiphany that way to change.
What Alley Cat is saying is exactly what all of us would be saying in our mind. Why, looking at things, like I said, step outside yourself. Kearns has made a statement out on Rumble and says, I feel like I'm being rewired at night. And so if he is being rewired at night, he's trying to wake up and to the old Kearns, right? Okay. If you want to pull one for Sherry, I think it's Vandehoven. Vandehoven, just so you get the vibration right.
I got two. The lotus within you awakes. You are a master of light on high. And a new strategy is required. Find the path to love and happiness. So what I can put these two together, whatever is waking up inside of you to master, try to figure out different strategies to get that out of you. And find the love and the happiness, and maybe look in different places. Again, we're in change. If you do the same thing as the old self, you're going to get the same results. If you try different things, a little switch here and there in your day, that path is going to open up for you. And this goes for almost everybody.
These are all global readings today, I can tell. Global consciousness readings. All right, so Sherry does add a second part to this that I'm not sure if you can see it or not. She's got an annual family reunion camp on Wednesday, out for 5 days. Will it happen? Well, one thing I will tell you is that this family reunion, there is almost, it feels like the patriarch of whoever may have set this up. It feels very strong. It feels really good. The communications are there, that it's good. I think that it is going to happen you're all being guided to do this. So yeah, I don't know why it wouldn't happen. It feels very strong to do it. Actually, it's more coming from the people beyond. Sherry, is this an old tradition family reunion? And are some of the people that started this, are they actually gone? Because I'm kind of sensing they're the ones that are rooting for you guys to continue this. So there you go. What did you get? Anything else on that question?
I pulled message in a bottle. So there might be something that's, deep down in one of your family members that might come to surface that you'll find out.
There might be that his energy felt like a king to me in the family.
Yeah. So there might be something there, a message or something that comes out during that.
Okay, we have more of these. We've got about another 15 minutes or so. I actually have an errand to run right after this, and I would love to do a longer show. When are you coming back, Allie? So Wednesday, I'm going to be in Destin, Florida with Destin Deplorable. I can't wait. I'm so looking forward to that. That's why my car is getting worked on, and I have to go and pick it up. And let's see what else. I might do a show on Friday if you're around, Allie Cat.
I have to see what's going on with my trainings at work, because if I don't find that cert, I have to figure out if I have training.
Yeah. All right, that sounds good. If not, Arnie, you're hopefully could be on standby. Arnie, you just shoot me the times via text, and we'll get together. I love doing this for everybody. You know, this is just a little something, a little gift from our hearts to your hearts, and I hope it's helping you out. If you guys who we did do a reading for, could just put a little comment out there and just let us know how we did. We appreciate it. Let's see here. Anybody else out there? Mary Divine Starseed. I see is out there. Lori's. Everybody's being a hermit lately, right?
Yes, which is not a bad thing. I love my herbentum. You go in and you do your introspection, or you just be.
I think I've been a hermit the last couple of years here, and my skin is I'm like itching to get out, get around. Because when I was back in the Chicago area, and I didn't do this in Arkansas, so it's probably been 5 years of being a freaking hermit. I mean, I knew where everything was at. Just like when you're in New York, you know where everyone is at, everybody, people. You know, you want to go in. I want to become more part of a community, and that's what I'm really. I want to feel like it's home, because when you pick up and go to a totally different state and nothing is familiar to you, the people aren't familiar to you, it's lonelier than heck.
Yes.
And you know, we did the typical thing when you move here. Oh, we got to go to the beach, got to go here. You do all the touristy things until it becomes, you know, it just becomes home to you. But then you got to also, there's more processing that has to happen here. Kern says you did a good reading on me. Thank you for that validation, Sherry Van Hoven. Vandy, I'm saying it wrong. I know it. Vandy Hoven. I don't know. Swedish or something. Let's see here. Anybody else? I don't see anyone else out there. I think I went to 2 YouTube channels and 1 Rumble. Come on, Rumble. Besides that, that's all I got. What do you got, Yelly Cat?
Just breathe. Just breathe. You know, for everything that I'm going through, which is like literal a nightmare hell, right? That's my perception of it. It could be worse, sure. Yes. But I'm noticing that I am manifesting in things are starting to materialize in my world. Was I upset that I didn't get an art teaching job? Am I upset that I'm still not getting an open door for a career? Someone didn't walk into my life and say, hey, I have an opportunity. I could use you for something. Sure. It's frustrating because bills still need to get paid, you know, and everything else around me. Thank God the AC got fixed. You know, Maureen is really good with that, but phone is almost out and dead. Just all these things. We are manifesting slowly. So don't have expectations on what you want to bring in. And for me, I'm like, okay, so if the art teaching thing didn't work, how do I navigate in doing that and still make a living? So it's like looking at different strategies on how to get to the same attainment or similar.
If anybody would like a more extensive reading for yourself from Alley Cat, it's AlleyCat211, AlleyCatCreations211@gmail.com. Please email her, and she does everything very privately. So there you go. Here's my email if you want to reach out to me. I do more. I don't know. I do a combination of psychic, akashic. It's all intuitive. There you guys go. So Allie, there was a restaurant here, really cool looking restaurant. It was like a house that was kind of turned into like a bagel shop or something like that. And the new owners do all natural, really good, healthy food. And it's called Allie, I think it's Alley Cats or Alley Katie's. I still can't make out what that last letter is. And I'm like, are you kidding me? That is a very common name, the Alley Cats.
I mean, when people like, oh, Alley Cat, I'm like, it's my literal name short. Like, there's no excuses for me. It's not like I have, you know, like it's my last name is Katz.
Yeah. So I've got an update here from Rumble from Sherry. And she says, wow, thank you. And I guess they've been doing these annual family reunions for 17 years. What a number. Good for you, Sherry. I hope you enjoy yourself. And just remember, you have a lot of ancestors around you that will also be there too. So that's the fun part of it. So whenever there's a particular event like that, a wedding, even deaths, right? Family picnics, reunions of any type of a deal, they show up. Holidays, keep an empty seat available for them to sit in nearby. Or even just when you need them, you can call on them. You just call on your masters, your teachers, your loved ones, whatever it might be to help you through whatever it is you're trying to get through. All right. See anything else?
Charlene. 321 wants some cards for direction.
Oh, I must have missed that.
I got you.
All right.
So I pulled for her, tear down the walls around your heart, give and receive security and warmth. I have the time is right, seize the day and make progress on your soul's path. And how right now, where I think you're with most of us, you're in between worlds. There's Buckshot's flamingo there. But you're in between worlds and you have to start imagining what it is that your soul path is. And that's not easy because not a lot of us have multiple paths. It's not just one thing. I think we focus too much as a collective on like, I have a purpose. Well, what happens if you have multiple purposes and you're supposed to accomplish all of them in a lifetime?
Yeah. So just so that you, another update, Sherry is saying, thank you very much, ladies. You're welcome, Sherry. Also to Charlene, if you could let us know how that we do. I'm still going to pull some cards on my end for Charlene. I just wanted to say with the flamingo card, my friend that moved from Chicago, and we became friends here. She's been here about 9 years. Asked me to go to, she likes where you sip wine and you paint, you know, that type, like what you do there.
Yay.
And she wanted me to go with her one time, and I love flamingos, and it was a flamingo. It was on a round board, and that's what they painted was the flamingo. $45, Alley Cat. You got to get in someplace and let them know how artsy fartsy you are, and teach people how to have fun in a few sips.
My sips is coffee.
All right. So, okay, this is Charlene 321. All right. She said the readings were perfect. There's a huge delay. It might be my internet. I'm going to have to shake it up after we get done here. All right. So we've got about 5 minutes. If you guys want to sneak one in, this is for Charlene 321. Charlene, can I ask you to, she says it's almost here, but not enough away from slightly painful. I'm not sure what she's referring to, so I'm just going to go with that.
Her soul's path.
I would love to have that in a form of a question, but if she can't, I'm just going to get whatever I can.
Oh, she's just looking for direction.
Okay. This is up. This is down. All right. Same cards I got the last time. Okay, Ellie, she hasn't had a shift yet, so I'm getting the same thing. She's definitely looking for that path. It's unknown to her right now. She's still doing that lookout thing. She's waiting for, whenever somebody is looking for a particular, trying to look around a bend, you can't see around a bend. things are up in the air, and it's like she doesn't know how to clear the way. Well, you just have to give it a little bit more time, and
here's the thing. Stop
it's
looking.
very emotional for her right now.
Stop looking. And the only reason why I'm saying that is I say to myself, when I am so like, what do I do and I have to get out of my head. And when I'm obsessive over like my job situation, I stopped applying, I stopped looking. Because you know what? It's going to keep continuing to be a rejection after rejection. I have to intuitively feel when to go on and apply for something. So just take it as, don't expect it. Just live life and anchor in different ways and distract. That might help you.
Ashmeyer. Ashmeyer is asking for a card.
For her hubby. Her hubby wants a card. Hi, Mark. I just pulled 2 from this. All right. To conform is to die inside. Be brave and be yourself. No conforming. Look at the little froggy. Looks like a frog or a lizard. The time is right. Seize the day and make progress on your soul's path. So don't conform to certain things. And right now, once again, you have thinker and observer. So I think, like Charlene, take a step back from what you want to bring into the manifestation and really think about it. I think a lot of this energy is like we're in stagnant energy of like we haven't gotten to that other side yet, and we really have to think about how we want things to come in, not just for ourselves but for the collective. But start acting on it.
I'm going to go back to the Charlene one here because it's almost as if what she's actually asking for doesn't seem like they're basically are just showing me just stay put. Everything is good where you have it right now. You have to just be very grateful for the energies right now, and you might change your mind about something. So if people can't, and what I kept getting there was in the shadow side of it is that maybe she's not working with her guides as much as she wants, her loved ones, her teachers, her masters. Maybe she's not checking in as much as she likes. Well, if you're in that space where you're like, I really can't understand, I don't know if I'm doing it right, that type of thing, just do the reverse then. If you can't go within, just take a look and see, what are you grateful for in your life? And let's see here. That's everyone. Anybody out on Rumble? Rumble's got a huge delay. I think it's my internet. I'm going to stop sharing. There's nothing else to share there. Okay. Maybe that'll help. All right. We're coming up on the hour. And I hope you guys enjoyed the show today. We'll just turn on and like and turn on the notifications, because then you'll see when we're on here. And I can't guarantee you a time at all because everything is up and away. Let's see what Charlene says. I'm always grateful, but I'm not always enthusiastic about it.
Yeah. That makes sense.
What would you say to that then?
I feel the same way too. I'm grateful for everything that I have. I'm grateful for, breathing every day. But a lot of us want to do the best for humanity and for ourselves. And when the universe is like, not yet, be patient. And you're waiting years, months, decades for this one moment to happen for you. And it's like, I'm trying. It sucks.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just wondering, Charlene, do you have somebody that you talk with on a weekly, monthly basis, not just social media? I'm just wondering about that. Sometimes we get stuck in our heads, the energy gets stuck, that type of thing. And I know she does so well. She's very creative and stuff like that. But that's all I'll say about that one there. Okay, well, good luck to you. Next week is school for you. Is that correct?
The 13th I start, and I don't know if I have to go in and do anything. I'm not important. I'm just staff.
Well, I know that you're still looking. If you don't mind, I'm going to pull one card for you, Allie. I know that you are still looking for something a little bit more challenging, I guess, is the best way that I could put there. Something that
a salary that will make me get back on my feet, because this job is not paying enough. I need a career.
Show me the money.
I mean, a lot of my cards keep telling me entrepreneur stuff, entrepreneur, but like I already have that. It's not.
I'm going to switch decks here. I'm actually going to go with the archetype one.
Absolutely, Colleen, thank you. And it's just like, I know what I'm doing. I never shut my channel down. I never gave up. I still create artwork. I do that for me to help other people. That, but at some point you still need to have an income to eat and to pay your bills, and I don't hate complaining. That's another thing. I can't stand it. It irks my soul to complain all the time. But at least I did a man.
Hold on, I need a light. I'm trying to figure out how to set up my office where I have a light where it doesn't beam at the damn camera. All right, so the first thing I'm showing is the thief. It's the archetype of the thief card. Now, the thief could be one or two ways, and yours was in the positive way. So the thief is what most people think of as a theft, right? The negative thing. But yours is shed light on the potential wealth within you that can never be stolen. Can never be stolen. So there's something within you, and we all see it. So if you don't see it, Alley Cat, now that is an archetype for that. But there's also something else that came up on the positive side, is that you need to confront that addictive behavior that you just mentioned. The addictive behavior is
obsessing.
Especially, they always say Jewish and Italian people will complain about everything and anything, right? Because they're speaking, they're constantly speaking. And so then guess what is the last card that came up is the teacher archetype. And it says the ability to communicate knowledge, experiences, skill, and wisdom. And it's all on the positive side. So this, like I said, there's something that's going to come along. And then, of course, you are definitely, you've got the thirst for the wisdom and the truth, wherever it may be. And then, and it's all about the forces of the energy. You have it coming, but it's, of course, when you're in dire straits, if you will, it doesn't come quick enough. And let me tell you something. I've been in that position that you've been in, working. I mean, there's been many, many times that I just thought, okay, this is my last meal. If I don't pay anything, I don't care. And then all of a sudden, something comes up. But you have the ability to continue with the determination and that energy, and that is what you keep putting out there. Yeah. And I think that's a big part of yourself that is so much more stronger than the complaining, right? What does the complaining do? It's kind of like people that worry. You're not going to change the outcome of it. It's just that you're complaining about a particular situation in that time and place. Yeah. But right on my show, you show the wisdom, you show the teacher, you show your abilities. And that's why I love pulling this stuff out of you, and so that other people could see your strengths in you. And I think I just want you to look in the mirror and see those strengths, right? So there you go. Let's see here. Yeah, I think that's it. Ellie, you have any questions on that?
Just go with the flow. Go with the flow change.
So the teacher salary that you're actually making
I don't
right
make a
now.
salary. That's my issue. So I don't get paid for holidays. I don't get paid for the summer. And it was me trying to manifest a part-time job or something that had a salary that I don't have to worry that I'm not going to have it a substantial stable income month to month. I work hourly.
Right. So that's for now.
Mm-hmm.
That is right now in this time and space, but it's not always going to be that way. When I say teacher, it's much bigger than the actual role that you're playing in there. So you know, there's just some aspect of you that you're still like not quite linked into, and I don't know why that is. There's just that one belief system, that one part of that programming. And you know, I know that we talk about journaling, we talk about, you know, shamanism, we talk about a lot of different things, and you're really good at it. And I know you do your due diligence. You have tons of books under there, and you do all that. But have you got up? Yeah. Have you like just gone down to someplace and talked with somebody, and you know, walked into a bookstore and just kind of, you know, just network with people?
Like you, I just moved out here, so I'm still getting the lay of the land. I'm still trying to make connections. I'm still going out. Everywhere I go, I'm very friendly. I'm like, hi. And everybody likes my hair color, and they ask me where I get it done. And I'm like, no, this is just natural. How old are you? You look very young. Oh my gosh. But I'm trying to get like you. There's a healing center not too far from here that I'm starting to do gong baths, going there and doing meditations. It's donation based, so I can throw a few dollars in there and not cry that I don't have something to eat tomorrow. But that's where I'm trying to do things that are free. Things get me out because I don't want to be stagnant. So I've just been putting myself out there wherever I can.
Yeah, before we let you go, and I do have a couple of minutes. So the place I got to pick up my car is literally 2 minutes up the road. Everything is so close around here. So Colleen is actually saying that's how I was when I worked at a school. Independent contractors paid by the hour. So when I was in the corporate world, and they would only pay me a particular amount of money, and I knew that all my friends that were contractors made a heck of a lot. And I told my niece this a long time ago. I says, if you want to pave your own path and do what you want to do, you have to think outside the box. Mm-hmm. You know, if you've got a particular talent, or I'm not even sure how it works, where you're going with it, but Ellie, there's going to be, you know, I still see this guy that pops in. I don't know if you know him or not, but you know, he's almost, I see the beard on him and stuff like that, probably about mid-30s, you know, maybe a little bit older than that, but there is a particular man that comes along and is going to see you and your talents, and whatever it might be. Maybe it is that you just walk into a place where they do these contracting jobs. I have no idea, but you're going to find them. You know, I know that you said you went and you filled out a whole bunch of applications, and so are 50,000 other college students doing the same damn thing. Yeah. But I just think that, you know, if you just do something that isn't the conventional way, you know, yeah, and get out there and meet people. All right. Everybody, as Scott would say, have a blessed day. Thank you. We'll see you guys real soon. Bye now.
From the moment I saw your smiling face, I knew in my heart you were my saving grace. You're the sunshine on my darkest days. With you, I'm lost in an endless maze. Every touch, every kiss sets me free. In your arms is where I long to be. Together we'll face these nights.